Hello, 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 everybody. I am your androgynous android late night DJ Caster.
And I am your amazing agender avian co-host, Ravi the Owl.
And this is the Caster Twitch channel. Hi, Asterism. Hi, Cruising. Welcome.
Hey, everyone.
I'm glad I'd already started the stream and I was like, I didn't load Mix It Up Bot. Oh, no. But never punished. The chat is working.
Email for you, Lan.
Oh, my God. Well timed. We've just started streaming.
Yeah.
Good evening, Gadda. How's it going? How's it going?
Howdy, farm hands.
We just did our intro, but I'll do it again because we do how we do it. If you didn't already know, I'm your androgynous android late night DJ Caster.
And I am your amazing agender avian co-host, Ravi the Owl.
On this channel, ostensibly, we play tabletop RPGs, but that's not been true in like a year. What we do though, is do this funny little co-stream between Rafi and I, where we play a wide variety of indie, retro, and otherwise mysterious video games to a theme. Recently, for a good chunk of while, we've been doing cold cases, which are all mystery video games. And Rafi is on the pick this time round, and we have Kaiju Noir. Last time round, I streamed a bunch of my old visual novels that I made for game jams, which was cool and nostalgic to do. This is another, I think, Renpy made visual novel, but Blue Sky is a very functional website, Cruising. I'm surprised that my post today being like, hey, this has come through, why don't you go and join the stream, even made it through today. Another big milestone for today was starting to do some active promo for my tabletop RPG crowdfunder, the City of Espers, and being like, yeah, I can't wait to promote it every Thursday. It's going to be great. And then the website just shat itself all day. So I have no idea if any of those posts have going through. Vibe coding at its best.
Yeah, truly. It's like, wow. AI is here to stay, guys.
So, thank you very much, Rafi. If you are interested in checking out my new tabletop RPG, City of Espers, the street-level Psychics tabletop RPG that is crowdfunding in September, please go to that link and sign up to be notified, because my publisher has a metaphorical gun to my head and is telling me, thank you very much for the follow, More Compass Gaming. Thank you for tuning in. Has been telling me like, hey, it's really important. It's really important that we get people to sign up for notifications before the thing goes live months from now. So I'm like, okay, I will do my best. So I get to say buy my book every time I show up in the public space, which is fun. Anyway, setting that aside, tell us about our select video game sommelier for today, Rafi. Tell us about Kaiju Noir.
I can't believe Caster just called me smelly, but yes, Kaiju Noir is a little visual novel that was in the Queer Games bundle of 2022. And as someone who had one of their games in several games actually in Queer Games bundles, love to see what other neat and fun queer. Yes, that was.
Yeah.
Cat, don't you say a goddamn word. Don't you say a goddamn word. Yeah, I love to see what other kinds of art and artists made it into those, and especially seeing one that mixes such great passions of both of ours, such as mysteries and monster people. Truly, how could it get better?
We are eating, all the mysterious monster fuckers out there are eating good. I am always a huge fan of this style of shading, of like the heavy spot black shadows, very Mike Mignola Hellboy style of like comic inking, and I'm always a huge fan of that. So when I saw the key art for this, I was like, delicious. But yeah. Well, let's go check this shit out.
Kaiju, noun, from Japanese. 1. Strange creature. 2. Giant monster. 3. Dinosaur. 4. the unknowable creatures that dwell beneath the surface of the world, feared, hated, and misunderstood. New Monstropolis. I'm getting a goddamn phone call right now. Please give me a second.
No, it's all good. I like this this ominous title card while the phone call is happening. I didn't do the standard because you caught me super off guard, Gado. I did not do all of the standard VTuber like friendliness protocols. So everybody go give Farmer Gada a follow. They are a fellow tabletop RPG designer. Yeah, it's your fault. I'm bullying you. They're a fellow tabletop RPG designer and a very big kind of like a, I guess, crafting and farming sim enthusiast. I assume you were streaming Hightail today, which, as far as I'm aware, is Minecraft but not. But to be honest, Minecraft but not is a pretty enticing proposition. I guess it has much more of like an MMO property to it. I know that like Sheila, Come and Go Tavern, has also been playing it pretty frequently, so it must be good. Minecraft but not is a pretty strong pitch.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Minecraft made by people known for making Minecraft mods. I see. That makes sense. Gada was playing Hightail before joining, which I've never touched, but seems interesting.
Also helps that it's not Microsoft. Yes, sorry about that. My healthcare provider thought now is a really good time to do a phone survey for me. But let's check out New Monstropolis. A city of monsters, figuratively and literally. We giant beasts with dark hearts and darker souls trudge the streets of this stone world. A decade since the war ended and we Kaiju chose to isolate ourselves in this place below the surface, instead of coexisting with humans.
Oh?
Their human culture pervades, however, seeping through the cracks and into every element of this underground existence. Undertale thieves, yeah. A life of tainted isolation or oblivion.
I mean, this game released post Undertale. We may see a flower, who knows?
Sometimes you have to make the difficult choices. Every night of your life.
Kari?
Every night another case. Every night another horror story from the city of monsters.
Kari, are you awake?
That's what you're here for. Making a living on the fringe of society. Closing the book on the stories that always end badly.
Detective Karibara, you have a client.
You startle from your nightly indulgence of self-loathing. The office around you the same as it was 20 minutes ago. Was this the life you expected when you began your career as a private investigator? Does this office make you feel like one of the charismatic PIs from the movies you watch every week? The walls, crumbling stonework, adorned with badly painted posters of those same films. Not squalor, but close. Your assistant, do we think that's Elixorus or Alizaurus?
I think Alizaurus is how I'd read that.
Alizaurus is looking at you in the bemused way he does every time he breaks you out of your daydreaming. What does he see when he looks at you?
Ooh, we get to define ourselves. This is a post-Disco Elysium video game.
Ha!
A broken down kaiju who just wants to be left alone. One of those silver screen hard-boiled untouchables. Someone who just wants to make the city a little better. I want to lean into the genre. Let's be a hard-boiled untouchable.
Okay. Does it really matter? Perhaps. He always says that the way you see yourself changes your narrative. Whatever that means. Practically part of the same brood. Cracked your eggs together, figuratively at least. You both went your own ways on that journey, but were there through all the weirdness that followed. He always has that grin on his face when he rouses you, still putting up with your nonsense after all this time. Being the sole private eye in a city of monsters isn't exactly the glamorous life. A couple of cramped rooms for an office with the cheapest furniture that can be carved from a block of granite. Alex never complains, though.
What is it?
Alex has worked with you since you started the agency, a few years after the gates closed between the worlds, lured by the prospect of reliable pay and lurid intrigue. In the years that followed, you'd failed to provide either on a regular basis. Part assistant, part taskmaster, he keeps the lights on, the tea strong, and your ego in check. Most of the time. You wish you could pay him more, or on time. But the City of Monsters rarely calls for the services of a private investigator. There aren't a lot of folks beating down his door to hire a disabled veteran with more brains than a Professor Sandwich.
I do also appreciate that he is wearing like a double set of spectacles that are glowing pink. The spot coloring is also quite nice. Especially since what is it, Kenneth Rice Vampire Detective was also like monochrome with spot purple. I'm like, yes, I shake your hand.
I should say, do you want me to, if you want to take our protagonist, do you want me to take
oh, sure,
Alex,
you can take Alex if you prefer.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Are we open for new cases, or are you going to spend all night napping?
What does the sign on the door say?
Right now it says, keep your snout out of my business, fucker. But I'm pretty sure I can have that cleaned off by closing.
Can't please everyone, can we? At least we got paid for that job.
And ended up with a door covered in what I can only assume is crap-colored paint.
Sounds like we're open then. Can I get a tea?
We're out of tea, and the petty cash box is empty. We do have a client, though.
Fuck. You dig around in your pockets until you find some coins and hand them across the scarred desk.
Oh, sure. I assumed I'd be taking
Oh,
that
sure.
with you, I think you are your old hat at it.
That's everything I got. Send in the client and fetch something to Send in the client and fetch something to wake me up, please.
Alex snatches the cash and walks back into the front room of the office. He comes back a moment later with a nervous individual in tow. You wish you could say the Kaiju Alex gently ushers into the cramped office fills you with confidence of a lucrative job offer, but they don't. They shuffle into the room, wings held tight against their body, a dozen tons of fur and muscle and strained nerves. They were scared. Couldn't blame them, though. Folks usually arrive at your door either terrified or furious, depending what they need investigated. They glance around the room, possibly looking to escape, or for some telltale indication that they're in the right place. You don't know what a private investigator's office is supposed to look like, but this probably isn't it.
I just realized if she's many tons and these are all kaiju, then this backdrop is kaiju sized. That desk lamp is like the size of a tree.
I have been wondering what the environment scale is.
And I guess the buildings are directly carved out of the stone, like the buildings in Petra, which is cool. That's very impressive. Please.
Also, I think they were deliberately they-theming this that character, but we should find out.
Funnily enough, I think the actual like page for it marks that the character is she/her. I guess spoilers. I read ahead, or they've patched it. Who knows?
Oh my god! Fucking spoilers!
I know, right? Hey, there are games in existence where the gender of a character is technically a spoiler.
Please send your complaints to 123 Casters Chat. We want to hear your thoughts.
Please take a seat.
They look nervously at the stool, as if only just noticing it, and sits down, wings held tight against their body. Thank you.
Considering you're both the narrator and the assistant, I'm happy to go and take her.
I'll let you take her. There's a long pause in which you hear Alex quietly slip out the front door.
You know, it often helps to start conversation if we learn each other's names. I'll start. I'm Caribara. They or them, if you don't mind. This is my office. It says so on the door, or it usually does. You can call me Detective. I'm Maxora, Detective. Miss.
She's well-spoken for a kaiju, and wears enough gold to indicate a magpie-like tendency for the nicer things.
How much gold? Hold on. That's a good start, Miss Maxora. Now, how can I be of assistance?
Another long pause as she fidgets with her rings.
No doubt you'd like to discuss a matter of some delicacy. Otherwise you wouldn't be in my office.
She looks up, and you see the fractured ice of her eyes. Cold, beautiful, and
I need your help, Detective.
the words every private investigator loves to hear. The phrase somehow never growing old.
I gathered that from the fact you're sitting here in front of me. How can I be of assistance? I'm not the usual first point of call for kaiju in trouble. There's a police station just down the road.
She looks down again, her claws clicking against each other as she rolls her rings nervously.
I'm settling into the line reads for these characters, but like Car, it definitely feels like apex predator, like needs to sound like they could eat you. Whereas I don't know, we're giving posh and erudite for Maxora, but we'll see. Someone has some information about me that they shouldn't. Things I can't have get out to my family. That's why I can't go to the police. Blackmail.
She nods.
And you just can't pay them off? Not without asking my family for a lot of money, Detective. And they would want to know what it is for.
You nod back. Common enough story. One you've heard a dozen times before. No doubt an encounter with the wrong monster she doesn't want getting out.
And you can tell me what they have on you? Something bad enough to get you in trouble with the family. With the police.
She shakes her head vigorously, tears welling up in her eyes.
I can't tell you that, Detective. I've done things that I'm ashamed of. And the less you know, the less danger you're in.
You raise an eyebrow, an unusual addendum.
The less I know, the harder it is for me to do my job, Miss Maxora. But I'll respect your privacy. No extra charge.
You scribble on your second last business card and slide it across the table.
Excuse me. This is my retainer. I charge by the day, not the case. First eye in advance. There may be expenses, especially since I'm going in without a lot of information.
She picks up the card, glances at it, and nods without hesitation.
I can tell you where the message said to go and who to talk to. Is that enough to start you off?
From the front room, you hear Alex return, his cane clicking against the stonework.
That's a good start. Can you show me the message? It might give me something more to go on. No. Sorry. I don't have it with me. Fine. You can leave details with my assistant out front as well as the retainer. Anything else you can tell me about them? About what they want?
She stands, shaking her head and reaching for her bag.
The blackmail demand only included a name and a place, so that I could find them when I was ready to pay.
She leans across the desk, the light glinting on her jewelry and the cold blue of her eyes.
I would like this to be handled quietly, Detective. It would mean a lot to me, personally, if you could just make this all go away.
There's obviously more she isn't telling you, but you aren't being paid to pry into her reasons.
I'll do my best, Mixmaxora. But I'm not a bodyguard or a hired thug. If you want someone disappeared, I'd recommend the police station down the road. Their rates are all than reasonable. I'm sure you'll do just fine, Detective. And please, call me Max.
You were doomed from the start. Kaiju Noir, Chapter 1.
You're gonna fall for the dame? No!
That's the first rule of being a noir PI.
Mm-hmm.
Alex walks back into the room a few minutes later, mug in one hand and slip of paper tucked behind an ear frill. Well, she was quite the character.
Did she pay?
He puts the cup neatly on the desk. The liquid inside is black as a lagoon at midnight and smells like molasses.
Ooh.
In cash, nice crisp new bills all tucked up neatly in the cash box. By the bulge in her purse, there's plenty more in there.
Uh-huh.
Can I get a new chair and claim it as a business expense? Mine's falling apart.
Tempting. I wouldn't mind a new hat. Somehow keep shredding him.
You have horns, Carrie. You aren't supposed to be wearing hats.
I know, but when's the last time you saw a detective movie without the PI wearing a hat?
Good point. But I get my chair first.
Deal. If we can get a few days out of this case, I'll not only get you a new chair, but pay you for the last 2 weeks.
Alex shrugs and pulls the paper from his fin, placing it on the desktop. Do what you can, Carrie. We're in this together.
Ooh, concerned expression.
Yeah.
You deserve to be paid.
I get my pension. Not entirely helpless without you.
I've seen how much they care about vets. Wouldn't trust a hatchling to survive on that pension.
And yet I scrape by just fine. Anyway, here's the details on the messenger and hangout. Former is unknown to me, though the police might have something. Latter is a dive off in the main strip. Been there a few times.
Also, I hate that this conversation just made me think about my own pension. I'm so old.
Oh.
Oh, the drinks.
Cheap and not entirely lethal. You pick up a slip of paper and scan Alex's meticulous lettering.
Lorthrak. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. The last gulp, Bragg Lane. She really is playing this one close to the scales. I couldn't get anything out of her, not even a description. The hell have you gotten us into?
A case. Which is more than we've had this morning, or yesterday, or last week.
Alex leans against the doorway and taps his cane uncertainly. Just don't go wasting all the money on the movies and hats. You try not to laugh as you drink your tea. So what's the plan? Go scope out the place? Check with the cops? I know Carla Zora down at the station owes us a favor after last time. How do you want to play this, detective?
I mean, leveraging the police for information is definitely on theme, and I don't really want to go to the location direct without, like, foreknowledge.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go say hi to Carla.
I guess I should go check with Carla Zora. If this Laura Thrak character has any history, I'd rather know it before I confront them.
See if you can find out where they get their donuts from. Local place is terrible.
The only good thing about that station is the donuts and Carla, and I'm pretty on the fence about her sometimes too.
All cops are bastards, Carrie. Carla Zora chose her path. She takes the title.
I don't know why I expected that to be implicit. That's not what this game is. Maybe one day she'll learn better.
We can but hope.
Now I want a donut.
When you reach the police station, Carla Zora isn't in her office. The officer at the front desk tells you she's off working a case. Maybe you'll catch her later. No matter how many times you go to the station, you can't shake the urge to start throwing things. The look the desk sergeant gives you just makes that worse.
One day I'm gonna see this place burn.
Unable to find any neglected donut boxes, you decide to leave a message to say you called, that Carla still owes you that drink, and head off to the last gulp.
Well, okay then.
All right.
Kaiju stomping Nazi symbols. But considering this is like, okay, so they did establish that there are like human psychic echoes that have caused Kaiju civilization to mirror the real world. But I guess that's blanket. The idea of there being Nazi Kaiju in the world is an interesting one. It's so much of a cognito hazard that even down here.
It really, It feels like there had to have been some like 60s like zero budget B movie schlock that were like Attack of the 60-foot Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
Crag Lane feels old, even in the city of monsters. A near-forgotten side street worn low from thousands of years of heavy footsteps. Last Gulp is about what you'd expect for an ancient dive bar in this part of town. Rough stone brick, uneven windows, piles of rubble along the walls. The smell of industrial waste and kaiju vomit. You don't like going to bars in the first place. Too many kaiju vying for space, too much noise, too few answers. The smell of the place alone is almost enough to turn you away. As you approach the doorway, a bulging shape in the corner stands and extends an antlered head.
I don't know why I expected Man from Beastars, but not entirely off base. Evening.
You touch your forehorns in acknowledgement. They grunt back a sound more heavy machinery than communication.
Busy night.
They shrug their shoulders and push open the door with their tail, leaving behind a black trail of ink.
Not much of a talker, are you?
Their eyes narrow and gesture to the door with their antlers. You get the point, and he's passed into the bar.
Oh, heavy.
Oh, yeah. He's gonna take that down a notch. The interior of the bar is as crude as the exterior, showing its age as one of the city's oldest drink pits. Not despised, just mostly forgotten to the ages. The bar and tables are all stone slabs, probably hewn from the same quarry as the bricks that make up the rest of the building. It's easy to believe that the bar wasn't built, but dug out from the surrounding stone. So maybe the Petra theory isn't broadly true, but I think here...
Mm-hmm.
The bartender watches you enter with one head, and the television mounted above the bar with the other. A small crowd of kaiju sit around various tables on one size doesn't fit anyone stools. A couple of them look up from their drinks. The most just keep drinking like this might be their last gulp after all. Trying to look like another worn-out monster after a hard night, you make your way to the bar.
Will it be slick?
Ha! Oh, that's a fun design. You look around at the limited drink selection. Alex was right. Everything that doesn't look like it was brewed in a refinery is cheap rotgut you could use to remove rust. Makes you glad you don't drink booze. Best to stick with the soda.
I mean, Monster Mash definitely has all of the various chemicals that, like, actual Monster has, huh?
What I did art design for that. Good gravy. The purple can the bartender slides across to you is festooned with pictures of various movie monsters.
Oh, it's the size of an actual beer keg, so it's can size to them. That's fucked up.
It even says near 1984 fluid ounces. Oh, okay, but I can't tell whether that is 1,984 or 1.984.
I guess it has to be almost 2,000 fluid ounces. Like, it's massive, massive.
You can't help yourself but sing part of the advertising jingle under your breath. They drink the mash. They drink the monster mash. It even smells purple. How does it smell purple? Synesthesia.
There's a fragrance for that.
You slide a couple of coins across the bar and sit on a stool. The bartender pushes back less change than you'd expect. You don't comment.
You a cop?
You're broken from your quiet observations of the bar area, trying to figure out who could be the blackmailer just by appearance. In the movies, they'd be hunched in a corner, hat over the eyes, looking shifty. You're the only one wearing a hat, and everyone here is hunched.
Sorry. What? Most folks come here to drink and don't give a damn about anyone else. You're scoping out the place. If you're a cop, tell me now, so I know who to call if you end up in the alley out back. But if you're thinking of robbing the place, I'll just tear you apart, here and now. Two heads, so it feels like two tones of voices per sentence.
I wasn't sure if we should be switching voices.
Oh, that works. I'll retake that opening line again, and you can take no hard feelings then, and we'll alternate from there. But if you're thinking of robbing the place, I'll just tear you apart here and now.
No hard feelings.
That happen often.
The bartender shrugs, their one head still not moving from the screen.
Not that you'd hear.
Not that you'd hear.
Kaiju here mostly keep to themselves.
So?
Cop or not? Ugh. Definitely not. There we go.
You place your private investigator badge on the bar so only the bartender can see it.
I guess you could say I'm freelance.
The bartender looks affronted, both heads swiveling around to look you up and down with matching scowls.
An iron claw?
Then you really won't be popular around here.
Most don't like nosy flat pads sticking their muzzle where it doesn't belong. You don't have to worry about me. I'm only here to find someone. I'm not about to cuff or stomp any of you regulars.
Just don't cause trouble in here. Got it?
Staying right out the front does a good job at dealing with trouble.
But I hate having to replace the furniture and clean the mess off the walls when they're done.
So watch yourself. No trouble here. Just doing my job as quietly as I can. No stomping intended.
The bartender nods and turns back to their show.
What you watching? Dunno.
It's either one of those old human monster movies or a war documentary.
Acting is terrible either way. Who's winning?
The head not watching the monitor spits into the sink.
Us. So it's probably just a movie.
Their tone tells you everything you need to know. After working with Alex for years, it's become easy to spot those who came back from the war.
You were there?
they nod ahead.
Right near the end.
Lied about my brood, yeah. Went out, barely never came. Went out, barely came back.
Did what I had to get a job here.
Been working here ever since. Not the worst place to end up.
They don't reply. You slowly work through your drink, getting a feel for the place. It's not as bad as you thought once you block out the smell.
The name's Rax, by the way.
So who you looking for?
Bartender's still watching the movie, which is now showing a giant kaiju wrecking a power plant that crumbles like cheap wood, which it probably is.
Someone named Laura Thrack. You know him?
By the way, I think I'll let you start the,
Gotcha, will do.
yeah. Again, the non-committal shrug.
Maybe.
Most folks don't deal in names here. Not real ones, at least.
Oh, thank you, Cruising. You sigh and start reaching for your wallet, knowing where this is going.
Anything I can do to help you remember? Depends.
You any good?
What? Answering vague questions? Fucking great at it. Try me. Ask another.
No, at
Poker, and then we go into the poker minigame that's going to define the,
Different version of this game, definitely a mini game where you fuck this guy.
One head laughs and the other growls.
Wise ass.
I'd watch that muzzle round here if you like your teeth.
I mean you any good as a detective and you know it.
You give a variation of their non-committal shrug.
I've entered a few marriages and found my share of lost pets. Need something looked into.
They pierce the top of another can with a pincer and hand it to you.
I've got something for you. Not now, though.
You got a card or something?
You hand over your last business card. They glance at it skeptically.
You're the one Alex works for. Oh, that is me. You know Alex. Long story. Don't ask.
Hey, he comes in sometimes for a drink.
They pocket the card in their apron and nod to a table off the back of the bar.
Laura's over there. You can't miss him.
The indicated table holds a single occupant. Squat, spiky, and drinking like they're prepared to go on drinking forever.
One of my best and worst customers.
Drinks all night, never tips, never says thanks.
Some fucking gratitude wouldn't go amiss. You ever spit in his drink?
Both mouths grin widely.
Every fucking night.
Tried to stiff me on the tab one night.
Don't try to screw with a two-head. We don't forget. Maybe we can spit twice as hard.
You pick up your drink and stand up from the bar.
Remind me to never piss you off. Anyway, let me up when you got time. I'll help you out if I can.
Never piss us off.
They
nod.
definitely have an attack where they kind of like clang their heads together so both the pincers hit you from either side for like double piercing damage.
Oh, you're so right. God, seeing the difference in like jaw shape just makes me think of fucking Jakiro from Dota, who is a two-headed dragon. One breathes fire, one breathes ice, and it does feel like there's a bimodal elemental option
Nah,
They nod.
the one on the left, the R left is Spec Fizz, the other is Spec Special. Like,
They nod, go back to watching the end of the movie, and you head towards the occupied table in the back.
finally a mixed sweeper I can run.
As you approach the back table, you catch the stink coming from Lorthrak. Dank, musty, alcohol-ridden. The stench of a loner you are all too familiar with. The table before them is littered with empty cups, the bartender obviously not wanting to get any closer than they have to.
Lorthrak?
They look up, peering up at you over the top of their drink, eyes trying to focus in the poor light.
What's it to ya? Whatever you're selling, I don't want any.
The designs of this go hard. What the fuck?
Yeah, right?
This definitely feels like this person has played Cyborg before, like the tabletop RPG. Like this this bar track sounds like how Cyborg feels to read, like super grimy synth heavy.
I appreciate that they've been giving every character where we can see their legs, they have some beefy goddamn thighs. There is a thigh muscle there that, just due to the way that it's cropped, does make it look like like a dick.
I mean, the same way that Kari is wearing a trench coat but no undershirt. Is just kind of like, well, you're more naked now because you just look like a flasher.
It's the Porky Pig problem.
Is I have to ask because it's funny to ask. I wonder if this is the kind of game where you can hide the text box.
Let's see. This doesn't have a controls list.
It's fine. It's not important.
I was also thinking it.
Just someone looking to have a chat. You look like you could use some company.
Laura looks you up and down with a sneer before gazing back down at their drink.
I don't want nothing except to be left alone.
You pull out the stool opposite and sit down.
Well, that's too bad, Law, because I'd like to talk.
Of course you fucking do. You a cop.
Everyone seems to be asking me that today. Maybe it's the hat. No, I'm not a cop. Just someone in need of a few answers.
Lore snarls, finishes their drink, slams the cup back on the table, and waves to the bartender.
What kind of questions?
The kind I have to do with Maxora.
Who? Never heard of him.
Never.
You got smoke in your ears? I don't know him.
Funny. She knows you. So, says you're saying she owes you some money.
The bartender arrives, putting down a fresh cup of something that smells exceedingly flammable. You lean back a little. Lore picks up the cup, downs half of it in one swig, and puts it back down. You wonder if it had a little something extra in it.
I think this is you.
Oh, you're right.
On the shorter side, curvy, wings, little horn on top.
That's her.
Calls herself Maxora now, does she? What else did she tell you?
She said that you were blackmailing her. She said she wants you to leave her alone.
Did she show you a blackmail note? Or have any proof that I was doing it? What I was supposed to be blackmailing her about?
No, she didn't. But you took the case anyway because she looked scared and had the money. Laura grins a filthy, broken-toothed grin.
Oh, fuck.
Thought so. She wanted you to come down here, make some trouble for me so I'd leave her alone, right? Or maybe she wanted you to sort me out good and proper in the alleyway, all quiet like.
Something like that.
They nod and slug back the rest of the drink.
Thought so. You here as her hired muscle?
No. Private detective.
Even worse then. Listen, Black Pad. Listen good. That dame ain't getting blackmailed. Whatever she's mixed up in, I ain't the one causing her grief.
Then why she sent me after you, then?
Now you're asking the right questions. When I was working with her, she was going by Cesorius.
Lore taps the empty cup with a claw. You get the hint and signal the bartender.
Doesn't that seem like something you should be asking her about? She's your client, after all. Go home, detective. Or go talk to Cesorius, Maxora, whatever she's calling herself now. Just leave me to my drinking.
He looks down at the stained tabletop, its surface puddled with a rainbow slick residue.
It's just gasoline, huh?
And a word of advice, detective? Watch yourself around her. She may look sweet, but those claws are sharp.
Getting up from the table, you nod to Rax and make your way out into the Evernight. Stainraw eyes you uncaringly as you emerge from the bar. You tip your hat as much as the horns allow and move into the street. So, Detective Karabara, your first night on the case and you've found out what?
Can't trust either of them.
Maxora has told you little to nothing about this case, despite eagerly retaining your services. Lorithrok hasn't told you anything except that Maxora is hiding something, obviously not wanting to give anything away. All you know is that there's more going on here than simple blackmail. You're still on the case. Good thing you're being paid by the day. You can feel your bed calling to you. Best call tonight. Kaiju Noir, Chapter 2.
I think I want to go for a very brief break to go and
Sure.
get some more hot water. It turns out that I've not done deep Cockney voice in a while, and it's a minor strain. So I'm going to go make myself something to soothe that. But
No
I'm
problem.
good. I
could
just need more agua. Right.
I also want to hit the bathroom really quick. But
In that case, we'll see you all in 5 for more Kaiju Noir. Be right back. Okay, yes, we are
Okay.
back.
Part 2. You arrive at the hotel Maxora listed as her place of residence, after filling Alex in on the previous night's encounters.
So what's the plan? Just go in there and demand the truth from Miss Maxora, tough cop style?
I couldn't tough cop if someone was paying me to. I failed drama class.
Building is old, but well maintained. Rough, clean stone brick and an air of faded majesty in a near empty area of the city. At the front desk, you ask to ring up to Miss Maxora's room and let her know that you've arrived. Time passes. Tucked into the corner of the room is a drink vending machine. You drop a coin into the slot and twist the knob. The machine grinds for a moment, then drops your coin into the return slot. It's out of Monster Mash.
It's always empty. I don't think it's ever been refilled. If I was a spiteful kind of kaiju, I'd hope something nasty happens to whoever is supposed to keep these things filled. Are you that kind of kaiju? No. Ask me again in 10 minutes when I'm really thirsty. That says a lot about you, detective.
Maxora is standing more confidently than you'd seen in the office. Gone is the almost theatrical fragility of the night before.
There's not much of me to know. A pleasure to see you again, Miss Maxora. Please, Detective. I asked you to call me Max. No need for formalities here. As you wish, Max. You're paying, after all. And on that note, there's some things I'd like to discuss with you in private. Is there somewhere we can talk?
She motions to a couple of ancient lounge chairs in the corner.
I'm one of the only residents staying in the hotel, and the clerk at the front desk is hard of hearing, so we should be able to talk here. As you wish.
Pair of you take your seats. The surface world design of them, meaning you have to find a comfortable place for your tail.
So that was the thing that crossed my mind, is that it feels like Kaiju milliners would be able to make hats with custom holes in them, right?
Yeah.
But it seems that, again, the cognitohazard that has made them reflect human culture in this underworld makes them clearly like psychologically incapable of building things that fit for them, which is actually profoundly sad. Hopefully there is a Kaiju ergonomics furniture designer that can break through and make something that fits them.
For ergonomics.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that must absolutely be a thing. Been staying here long? Long enough. It's a decent place. Clean, quiet, out of the way. Sometimes you don't need anything fancy. I'm just surprised you aren't staying with your family. Do they live in the city? Are you investigating me now, Detective? Let's just call it professional curiosity. Us PIs get used to asking lots of questions. I definitely read that as us plus.
I also had the same thing the first time that came around.
My family is always busy. As such, things can get a little hectic from time to time. So I come here once in a while for some peace and quiet. Any other questions you'd like to ask, Detective? Or shall we get back to business? We're gonna have to play the game. I think if I go like, I spoke to the guy and he told me your previous name and like lead on that, she's gonna clam up.
Yeah.
But is my feeling like it feels like it's easier to get information out of her without having to play hardball immediately.
Yeah, she is our client, and I expect she may ultimately be well-meaning, so I feel like I think that's fair. Also, hey, you know how I mentioned that they give every character some very powerful thighs? I don't know why I just brought that up.
Yeah, no, remains true.
Which I say to the character designer, cheers.
They save lives. Business, of course. I encountered Lorithak last night. He seemed a bit unsettled, and I wonder if you know anything more about him. Not much, Detective. I've only met him once, and that was when he gave me the blackmail demand. The demand, of course. You wouldn't have it with you now, would you?
He looks suddenly taken aback.
What do you mean? The demand. I'm assuming he gave you a note or something. Otherwise, how do you know how much and who to give it to?
Sitting in silence, it's easy to see the different emotions flipping across her face.
What aren't you telling me, Miss Maxora?
In the distance, you hear the clerk handing out keys to a resident, but the area around you remains in tense silence.
We've activated the just one more thing. Yeah. I've only watched a little bit of Columbo. The episodes vary, I feel, but the premise is neat, and I enjoy Columbo as a character.
Oh yeah.
Scruffy idiot. I think it's about time you told me the truth, Maxora. Or should I call you Caesorius? I have no idea if that is a gendered name in
Me either.
Kaiju world.
Yeah, I'm curious whether this is like, aha, I've got dirt on you, don't dead name me, or if this is like a professional name or something.
Mm-hmm.
She looks up, startled.
He told you that name, huh?
You nod.
He told me a lot of things, including that you'd not been honest with me, and that this whole case is a ruse. I don't like being lied to, and I don't like not knowing what to call you. Keep calling me Max, Detective. I don't use that other name anymore. I guess you should tell me the truth now, shouldn't you? It's come to the truth already, has it, Detective? I could always just go tell Laura to find you if you prefer.
Damn. What the hell? That's damn.
I guess this is the anti-hero dialogue option that we selected before.
Sure.
Where we're willing to be kind of like, hey, I just need your money. The politics between you and him is not my business. I
Fucking hardball.
I really wish that damn vending machine was working. I need a drink. We could go somewhere. Oh, sorry. Was that?
Oh no, that was you.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
Karen. She shakes her head.
Not in this part of the city. All too public. Could you grab me some water, though? There should be a jug on the counter.
You stand, walk to the front desk, fill a couple cups from the pitcher, nod to the clerk, and return to Maxora, putting them on the table between you.
There is a cloud shape of Maxora where she was only minutes before.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was expecting. So I was like, oh, that didn't happen. Okay.
Thank you, Detective. Now, no doubt Law told you more than just that name, correct?
You nod again.
He told you that we've some history between us? That you work together, yeah. What else did he tell you? What should he have told me, Max? Well, it's true that we work together. Laura and I were entrusted with the task of collecting a certain item. An artifact of considerable value that carried with it considerable risk. I am Rouge the Bat. All the world's gems are mine to keep.
All the world gems will be mine.
God, I've not engaged with like Sonic video games since like Generations. Apparently the voice actor for Rouge has changed, and not only is she worse, she's like a MAGA or whatever. Like
what?
Yeah, I know.
No.
I know. The worst option.
Her? I mean, okay, like God, there's been so much Rouge character assassination from first they have in the cartoon she's Yuri with a cop, and now this. One thing after another.
An artifact of considerable value that carried with it considerable risk. And what item is that? The Velvet Suite.
Maxor picks up a glass and sips from it.
Tell me, Detective, have you ever heard of the Crimson Old One? What? The what? The Crimson Old One. Wait, why is the music more ominous now, and why do I see a health bar? The Crimson Old One, an idol carved from a single giant ruby dug from the cavern that surrounds New Monstropolis by the first Kaiju. It is said that the light that refracted from the ruby was enough to illuminate the world below, and that the first Kaiju war was waged over who would claim it millennia before the humans climbed down from their trees. It is also said that those who would possess the Crimson Old One would reign over our kind until the end of days. But we live in a blatantly corrupt oligarchy. I can't see the big tusks. Good. I can't see the big tusks up at City Hall giving their seats to someone lugging a shiny rock around the city. That does imply that, like, people get artificial tusks to make themselves feel more, like, masculine, assuming that big wigs is literal in its etymology.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, I mean, listen, gender affirming surgery comes in all shapes and sizes.
You're right. Trying that would probably land you at the bottom of the lake wearing a stone overcoat. So, why all the excitement over a shiny pebble? Firstly, the idol represents immense spiritual significance for many kaiju in this city. Second, it has historic value dating back hundreds of millennia. And finally, well, it's a giant ruby. Do you have any idea what that's worth to the right collector? You're gonna fucking flip the Philosopher's Stone. Like, that would have more than a paper trail. I don't think you could fence that. And what would you have to do with a rock? Well, I suppose I was supposed to be getting the idol into the city to sell on. Into the city? You mean it's been out there on the surface? Aren't as thick as you look, detective. Or are you? You should see me solve a crossword puzzle. The statue has been traded, stolen, sold, and killed for in the human world for thousands of years. I doubt they even know how long, for, or where it originated. So how did you track it down? Now that's something I don't know. The plan was Law would track it down. I'd organise to get it past the gates. Another colleague would make the sale to a collector, and we'd split the loot. So what happened? I don't know. The idol was supposed to pass to me from my contact at the gate. Only when I got there, I'd heard that he'd had an accident, and the idol was missing. One of those accidents where folks just up and die. Exactly that kind.
You pick up your cup and take a drink.
So why'd you up and run?
I appreciate you obeying the command.
I'd been paid an awful lot of money to get the idol into the city. I'll take that line again. I'd paid an awful lot of money to get the idol into the city, most of which had gone towards bribes, storage, and my contacts in the human world. None of whom were prepared to work with a kaiju for cheap. If Law thought I'd betrayed them, they would be after me. I had to make the first move. There are a lot of missing commas that make this slightly harder to read, but...
Yeah.
So, what do you plan to do now? Just wait here until it all blows over? No, detective. I plan to find out where that damn statue is and finish this deal so I can get on with my life. So there's no blackmail case? No? Never was. Fine. Then my work is done on that matter. I'll let my assistant know and he can do you up a letter of completion and an invoice for services rendered. I'm sorry we couldn't make this work, and I am sorry about the lies. Is that everything, Detective? Not quite, Max. Now you and I need to discuss another matter. What other matter? You just closed the case. You taking the...
Oh yes, I thought that pause was you taking a sip, and then I'm like, oh, it's me. You take another sip and say the words that will land you in more trouble than you could imagine.
the matter of you hiring me to find that statue.
She looks up, startled.
You'd work for me, considering everything? Hey, Fatagan. This is a very specific kind of noir that I have a feeling you might be down for. I see it like this, Mix Maxora. Wait, that's the second time I've done that. I see it like this, Miss Maxora. Either you're lying to me again, in which case you'll keep paying me up until the point we both become too bored to carry on with the charade. Or you're telling me the truth about being on the hunt for a missing cultural treasure of immeasurable value that could make everyone involved filthy rich. In which case, I want in. Also, I haven't had an interesting case in months, and this sounds like it could be fun.
Maxora sits with cup and claw, no doubt thinking about ways to take control of them.
Okay, detective. What are your terms? 2 weeks retainer in advance. This is going to eat up all my time, and I have an assistant to keep fed. Consider it insurance, in case of any more unforeseen accidents. Oh, don't you trust me, detective? Don't you like me? I like you plenty, Max, but I don't trust you any more than I do most folks in this city. Maybe even less, considering the circumstances. That's fair enough. You've earned the right to be mistrustful of me. And if, I say if, the idol story is true, then I want 10% of the sale price. I don't care how you get that, whether it's from your share or split it with the others. Call it a finder's fee.
She looks directly into your eyes for a moment, sizing you up for haggling. You don't waver.
We have a deal, detective. I don't have the money on me right now for your retainer, but I'll have it sent to your office.
As you finish your water, the edges of the room start to spin. Your heart starts racing, and Max slips in and out of focus. Ah, fuck. She drugged the drink.
This is so messy. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Because you poured it, which means that either the cup is spiked and she's just very lucky, or the water is spiked and she's immune. Or she just hasn't drunk any this entire time.
It did say she was holding it in her claw, but I don't think it ever said that she sipped. So it could just be that she didn't drink.
Who knows? This could be, you know, the water that makes you stupid. It's out there. It's out there. You can buy it. In all honesty, I'm sorry about this, Kari. I didn't know if I could trust you. Not with my life on the line. Find the statue and you'll get everything that's coming to you. Start with law, detective. I'll be in touch.
She leans in close, and you can feel her icy breath on your ear.
Follow the trail of the Crimson One.
The gaping maw of oblivion swallows you whole. Kaiju Noir, Chapter 3.
It's moving.
It's moving! Waking with a start, you see the weary smile of the hotel clerk as they're gently shaking you. Ha!
Jesus. Not to dog on Roman's Christmas or what have you, but considering they are in the same genre, as this. This
Yes.
has kind of hit the ground running pretty fast, whereas, you know, I guess it just scope matters. Do you want to be the clerk?
Yes.
Miss Maxoris said you needed some rest and not to wake you until she'd left. She didn't say you were such a heavy sleeper.
You rub the blurriness out of your eyes and look around. The clock in the corner showing 3 hours passed since you arrived.
Also, the same energy as Mars' voice, where you can tell where some character art is just very much drawn by somebody with a different sense of aesthetics.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just the line art. There's no spot blacks on this character. Where's Miss Maxora now?
She checked out about an hour ago and didn't leave a forwarding address. Never stays for long, but I'm always happy to see her.
They smile and help you stand.
She left a card for you. Just a moment.
They shuffle over to the desk and return, handing over a rectangle of white card with a crudely drawn picture of a squat creature in red ink.
Always drawing, that little fellow. I find a couple of these little cards in her room whenever I clean up. Mascot or cartoon character, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
You turn the card over to see the words, "Find it, then find me, Max," written on the back.
What else do you know about Miss Maxora?
They give a happy shrug and shamble behind their polished stone slab of a reception desk.
Not a whole lot. At this hotel, we respect our residents' privacy and make it a point not to ask personal questions. But she's clean, keeps to herself, and tips well. All I could ask for in a resident.
You flick the clerk a coin. Boy, I was set up to stumble over that one.
The roses, she supposes.
You flick the clerk a coin.
Have you seen the musical Singing in the Rain?
Yes. Not the musical. I've seen the film.
Well, I would consider the film to be a musical.
Oh, sure. Yes.
But there's the bit where it's like the diction class and the bad female leads, I can't stand him, and then like the two the male leads do like a whole like, ooh, we do tongue twisters, but this is silly, so we're gonna dance very homoerotically at each other around the. You run a
diction
nice
class, but that doesn't mean they all shun dick.
Also, if you enjoyed Singing in the Rain, I also strongly recommend White Christmas. It is the sincere and genuine version of Singing in the Rain. I think Singing in the Rain is quite sardonic about the idea of Hollywood theater. Like, it still thinks that Hollywood theater is cool, otherwise it wouldn't do the thing. But you watch it and be like, these people have some feelings about what it means to make a film in like the 1950s. You run a nice hotel. If Miss Maxora returns, please tell her I'll be in touch.
They nod appreciatively, and you walk out into the city. Back in your office, Alex is standing behind his desk, looking furtive.
The furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. Fun fact, the song White Christmas is not from the film. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. There's definitely some tracks in both White Christmas and Singing in the Rain that's like, oh, it's from that? The song was written for that movie? Wow. Anyway, you look upset. What happened?
If we suddenly received a rather large sum of money through the mail slot, what would you say?
I'd ask when we got a mail slot.
Carrie.
Did such a thing happen?
I'm not saying anything without a lawyer.
You don't want a lawyer this time of night. They give you indigestion. Was this hypothetical sum of money enough to cover 2 weeks of work?
He narrows his eyes. 2.5. I gather from your expression that it was from Miss Maxora. What do you want me to do with it? You laugh and lean against the door frame.
Go get yourself that new chair, Alex. Our Miss Maxora turned out to be a bigger client than we expected. Fold the tea key too. Oh, if there's anything left, take what I owe you in back pay.
Are you sure? You didn't do anything illegal, did you? Like, foolish illegal?
Only smart illegal, come on. Not yet.
You know, break the right laws.
You know, movie piracy. Not yet, but I may have to. And I want to make sure you and I are square.
Whatever you say, Carrie. I appreciate it. What did happen at the hotel? We're gone for hours. You tell Alex the full story. You tell Alex the full story. Lore, the Crimson Old One, the tranquilizer in your drink. He nods along quietly without interrupting. It's a pretty fucked up situation. Not sure if I feel comfortable taking a case from someone who'd do that. Are you gonna be okay?
I'll be fine. Just a little groggy. Should be paying double for that little stunt, though.
Do you think she's telling the truth? She did drug you after all.
If she isn't, she's willing to pay a lot to keep me around on the back of a lie.
And if she's being honest?
Highly doubtful. But in some mystery novel world where she is telling the truth, we get to track down an artifact of wealth beyond imagining and make a bucket of cash in the process.
You don't get killed while you're out there.
What makes you think I'll get knocked off? Oh no, my focus sash.
Do you remember what happens to anyone who gets their paws on the treasure in those movies you're so fond of? Bang. One in the back in a dark alleyway somewhere.
Actually, to be honest, this is not the kind of guy that would be carrying focus sash. Assault vest,
no,
maybe?
Yeah, this... What do you think he's wearing right now?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's wearing like a covert cloak so we can't drop his stats.
Yeah, not have to worry about getting faked out. It's a damn massive ruby, Carrie. Do you really think there aren't those out there already dying for it?
Were there any hints, chat, that we have been playing Pokemon Champions? If the brainworms weren't strong before, ooh, they've been eating well.
So nourished. Fuck. The orthworm inside my brain.
Oh, right. Accidents. Got any advice for me to avoid ending up like that?
Aside from don't get killed, keep your eyes open and your snout out of the wrong places.
Keen insight as ever. Well, I'm gonna go have a nap in my office. Still feeling a bit woozy.
You look it. Must have been one hell of a drink. Then what?
You don't have to be Columbo to work that one out. Hey, you know, we could be playing regular VGC. Apparently the next nationals are still in Scarlet Violet, but...
Really? I guess that makes sense.
Then I go have a chat with Lorithek again. He might have a thread I can pull.
How hard do you intend to pull?
Hard enough that he answers my damn questions. Wake me in an hour.
When you get back to the last gulp, Rax is the only one there, sitting at the bar, hand in each hand, watching the Kaiju Wrestling League on the television. You take a seat beside him and grab a handful of bar snacks. One head looks up at you briefly and returns to the screen.
Wait, are those bar snacks open air? Fuck, dude, don't do that. God, side tangent. When I was in university, there was, I guess you would call it a dive club that students like to go to called the Willow. It previously used to be a Chinese buffet, and it lost its food license.
Oh.
So it just became a nightclub instead. Absolutely rancid. Those bathrooms were like how they describe this dive bar in this video game. But on the bar, they had like an open bowl of like prawn crackers, and just like the air humidity in there would definitely be enough to dissolve those crackers over the course of time.
I'm just picturing like scooping your fingers in and just getting like a mush pile out. Terrible.
Anyway, you know what I love about the Kaiju League.
No drama like the human fights.
Turning to watch the screen, you see two powerfully built monsters tearing at each other with claw, tooth, and tail.
To be fair to the humans, they don't heal like most of us. Too squishy and soft. They'll have to make more of a show out of it.
Rax laughs into one of his beers.
True enough. They don't taste too bad either. Wait, hold on. The all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet near where I went to uni got raided some years later for slavery twice. Twice?
Jeez. How? I really have to wonder what makes you go like, okay, listen, we got caught for slavery the first time, but we had a good thing going. They're not gonna come at us again for it, right?
Yeah, they're not gonna think we're dumb enough to do this a second time. It changed management after the first one, you see. I see. They put a moustache on and came back after a month's holiday. Wouldn't know. I've never been outside the city. I quite like it down here. What are they like, the humans? Crunchy.
He looks down in quiet thought for a moment.
As bad as us, really.
There's just more of them, and they don't know when to quit.
If you really want to meet one, go head down to the political district.
I hear there's a few at the embassy.
No, thanks. I'd be too worried I'd step on them. I'll stick to seeing them in films. Corporate restructuring due to human rights violations.
He laughs and drinks out of both cans at once.
Cool party trick. They squish pretty good too. You never show that in the movies. That's an energy. Heck of a mess to clean off later, though.
Lawyer just plump on. On the screen, one of the wrestlers roars in victory while what's left of their opponent is dragged from the pit. You know, it is funny thinking about how the idea of like, yes, kaiju regenerate, super effectively is kind of like, yes, I sure did see my first Godzilla movie somewhat recently, and it sure did end with like, okay, but there's a finger of him left and it moved. It's like, okay, I see.
I've not watched many. I should watch. Apparently Godzilla -1 is really good.
I thought it was pretty good, yeah.
And like, I'm a big enough fan of MF Doom where I've listened to like his side projects, including like Take Me to Your Leader, where he's like dubbed as King Ghidorah, and it uses a bunch of samples from like old Godzilla movies. And like, I should probably see a King Ghidorah movie. 3-headed golden dragon thing. Probably pretty cool. Anyway, that was brutal. Tame as far as this stuff goes. No one dies in the KWL. Union rules.
Maimed is fine, but you come out of breathing.
Brood Mom told me in the old days, if you went into the pit, you came out a winner, or in bits.
She was one of the winners.
Good old unions. Can't imagine how screwed this city would be without them. Even with the corruption, I'd rather them running things.
You want a drink?
Got some time before we open up. Give me a monster mash.
Don't want anything stronger?
No, thanks. No, thanks. I don't drink booze. It makes me feel like shit. Also, I don't think you got much behind the bar that's less than 160 proof. Any of that gets near me and I'm likely to burn the place down. Fair enough.
Folks here like to get drunk in a hurry. Them that can metabolize alcohol anyway. Can't blame them.
He reaches over the bar, grabs you a can, and goes back to watching the show. Looks like a highlight reel.
You back for another round in the ring with Law? Yeah. Got some follow-up questions for him. Maybe a swear word or two. He'll be here soon.
He may be a mound of kaiju crap, but he's punctual with his drinking.
You drink and watch the game. He could never get into the league fights. City's violent enough without making a sport of it.
Oh. Oh yes, because he knows Alex. I'd ask about that. So, how'd you know Alex? You two seem to have a bit of history. Oh, you could say that.
Not sure how much I can talk about.
He and I were in the same attack wave during the war.
He fought in the harbors, me in the cities.
What a fucking mess that was.
Not a lot of us left who remember those final days.
That was a very weird bot message. Goodbye.
Ha.
It auto-filtered it though. I don't think it actually made it to chat. I'm glad Alex made it back. He's a good kid.
Shouldn't have been out there in the first place.
It looked like a fucking number lotto code from Battle Network. the post, it was just a string of numbers, and I was like, I can't believe we've let the Zodiac Killer into chat. Goodbye.
Yeah, hey chat, let's do this the homegrown fashion. Please post your favorite 3 letters and or numbers so that we can have a nice community built lotto code.
I need to send some cipher mail to Mr. Famous. Yes, cool. I was like, we've read that. He doesn't talk about it much. Can never tell if he wants to talk or just wants to forget. Both, probably.
Shit like that doesn't just go away.
He sighs and sags a little.
Sorry, talking is tough.
Bartenders listen. We don't talk a lot. Comes with the territory.
I appreciate you telling me.
Rax sets both empty cans down and turns ahead to you.
Did you mean it when you said you were a good detective? I never said I was good, but I don't know anyone better. Might be that I'm the only one around. Is that good enough? It'll do.
You said you're on a case.
Would you have a problem with taking on a second? As long as they don't conflict, I've got some flexibility. What's the case? I need you to find my sister. Doesn't sound like a difficult job. Just stick up a few missing kaiju flyers, why ask me? Because it's not that simple, detective.
Alex says you're good at the delicate stuff, if you catch my drift. I trust him.
I also don't trust cops, for obvious reasons.
When I lost contact with her, we were both very different kaiju.
We all change, Rex. Detective. Call me Kari. Kari.
Sorry, I'm not used to talking about this stuff.
And this doesn't leave the room.
He takes a deep breath, something 2 heads are able to do particularly well.
When I shipped out, she was just starting her transition.
Hadn't even chosen her name yet.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
I left and didn't get to tell her I loved her before they herded us out to fight.
Fuck, that's rough.
Taking 2 more cans from behind the bar, he opens them in the teeth of one jaw.
Damn rough.
So, I don't have a name. Not one she'd go by now. I don't know what she looks like. I don't know where to start.
You both drink in silence for a few minutes.
Interesting. Chat first. I don't trust the cop for obvious reasons. Yes, because they support those who control capital and are in an occupying military force under the guise of guardians and protectors. Hey, Futagan. Like, within 10 minutes of starting this game, one of the characters says to camera, basically, all cops are bastards. The game agrees. It's definitely a game that wears its sentiment on its sleeve, and it's right to do so. Also, this just makes me curious about, because obviously the process of HRT for humans, you become a different person, but you still, in many ways, unless you go under stuff like facial bone surgery, look like the person you were before. But these are kaijus, right? So what does transitioning as a kaiju mean? What extent does that entail?
Yeah, I do wonder. I would imagine there are some things that would probably not, in the same way where it's like, yes, my friend transitioned. They're still white.
Mm-hmm.
That there'd probably be something you could say. But if they were siblings, then probably also a 2-header.
Right? It feels like there's at least that to go on. But hey, I'll take the case. This one hits a bit close to home, so I'll do it no charge. Hey, I ain't gonna ask you to do this for nothing. Don't sweat it. My other cases pay me more than enough to cover my time. Don't tell them that. If you want to pay, then set me up with a tab at the bar. If I find her, scrub the tab. If I don't, I'll settle it next week.
He scowls at the compromise. Typical kaiju stubbornness.
Do you think you can find her that fast?
I've been looking for years.
You'd be amazed what I can do when I start poking around. So, what do you have that I can work with? Can't exactly just go around the city sticking up wanted signs for a trans kaiju that was separated from their family during the war. I'd need Alex at the door just to hold back the queue. In the same, that feels that's said with the same energy as, a whole bunch of people in the world, humans in the world, had the free time and space to introspect during the pandemic, and as a result, their eggs cracked. As a result, it feels like it's a very similar energy. Damn humans. We didn't have to think about gender bullshit until they came around.
They were just monsters.
Tell me about it. Of all the social construct crap I'd had to pick up from them, that has to be the weirdest. Capitalism was a pretty bad idea, too. Anyway, so you might as well take that, actually.
I don't have much to go on.
If I did, I've found her by now.
But if you find her, please give her this.
A monster mash?
He hands over a carved green stone on a strand of scale high.
She'll know what it means. A Kangaskhan rock.
A Kangaskhan rock, indeed.
I love that I remember almost nothing about Explorers of Sky aside from a Kangaskhan rock and I'm exceptional. And oh fuck, a monster house, fuck my life. Those are the only 3 things I remember about the game. Anyway, not much to go on. No name, no description, just a necklace. Now you know how I feel. More than you know, Rax.
The television program finishes, and you're glad you can't hear the obnoxious advertisements over the bar's music.
It's about time the folks will start lumbering in.
I should get to work.
He downs both cans, throws them into the bin along with your empty drink, and stomps around behind the bar.
What about your family? We don't have much, not what you'd call real family.
You know how it goes.
All too well. I'll have a talk with Alex and see what we can come up, and we'll see what we can think up. He's a smart one. What do you do then? Oh, what do you do then? There was, I guess, an emphasis that the font can't.
Sure.
I ask irritating questions and I look good in a hat.
Rax nods and starts serving the slow trickle of customers coming up for drinks. About 20 minutes later, Lore stomps through the door and towards his regular table.
There's your boy.
Please refrain from hitting him with a chair without letting me know first.
So I can get a good view. Thanks. Can you give me as usual?
Rax pours out a cup of something smelling like industrial solvent, one head looking ready to spit, thinking better of it, and hands it over.
Good luck, Slick.
You walk across to Laura's table and place the cup in front of him.
Oh, what a surprise seeing you here. Thought you'd be thirsty, so I bought you a drink.
You want flat paw? Can't you leave me in peace?
That's still a very interesting pejorative. The physicality of all of these monsters are so different from each other. I'm like, kaiju racism? Where?
I think it's like Flatfoot.
I see. Oh, like an old school term for a detective, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Have you considered I just like annoying you, Law? Maybe me sitting here pissing you off gives my life some kind of joy it usually lacks.
You're lucky I like drinking here more than I like the idea of biting your face off. Though I'd pay to see you thrown out of here.
My face is pretty biteable, it's true. Good thing you're not paying then, isn't it? Now drink your damn sludge.
What are you being paid for then? I already told you I ain't blackmailing. When you know anyway. Go talk to the dame and leave me the hell alone.
Oh, I did talk to her. Had a good long talk before she slipped me some knockout drops. She told me about how you two work together and how you're looking for a certain object.
And you trust a dame who drug your drink? Not a bright one, are you?
Lore sniffs at the putrid liquid in their cup, downs most in one gulp, coughs wretchedly.
You should drink slower. That crap can't be good for you.
Shut it, Flatpaw. Did she tell you where it is?
Can I unshut it long enough to tell you? She doesn't have it. Says her courier died before they could make the handover. She hired me to find it.
Hired you with our money?
A polite monster never asks.
I bet. Well, if she's got her claws and cash on you, she must still want to find the idol. Maybe the dame didn't cheat us after all.
Can't tell you that for sure, Law. Contrary to what I think Contrary to what you think I tend... Oh, right, I see. Can't tell you that for sure, Law. Contrary to what you think, I tend to not trust Kaiju who drug me.
It's a good instinct. So what's the plan, Flat Paw? How do you plan to find our property?
The same way I'm doing such a good job annoying you, asking a lot of questions.
You're good at that, at least.
Thank you. I make sure to practice in the mirror every morning. Sometimes I ask myself questions so abrasive I even shock myself.
I'd believe that. You seem like the sort of kaiju that could piss off a stone wall.
So tell me, Law, how many kaiju know about the idol? Aside from you, Maxora, and I.
Why do you want to know?
Oh, hooves. That's fun.
I guess I did get the impression that, like, Chupacabra with the spikiness, but this definitely, yeah. Also, look at the size of that rock on his hand. Damn.
Right?
He's a married monster.
Also, I like that the bracelet kind of just looks like a cuff.
Oh, like a shirtless waiter kind of thing. Like, oh, we've got the collar and the
Yeah.
cuffs, but no shirt. Ooh. So I want to get paid, definitely. Well, I don't think Law is thrilled with the idea of us being cutting in on whatever payout for finding this thing. Maybe kind of suggesting or putting the tension on him would get him to be like, fine, go find, because we do know that there is a third person that I guess got iced, but we don't know their name or his relationship to them or whatever. So maybe kind of putting the pressure on him, telling him that he's been screwed, will get him to highlight information under duress that he wouldn't otherwise. IMO.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Hold on. Excuse me. Because one of them screwed you. It's pretty obvious, or we wouldn't be sitting here right now. I can't imagine your endeavour at a large team, so I want to know what was involved.
How would you figure that?
Thinking. Because, yeah, it's interesting that, well, it's, we only have it on Max's word that that person got whacked. It feels like... It is interesting that they are both alive, because they would be in a position to get revenge if something went south, right? But if they were both dead,
Yeah.
then the person who has the idol is fine. But also, we get the impression that, I guess, Law does not necessarily like Max that much. So maybe the idea that Max is upset would bring him joy. I don't know. What are your feelings?
It does feel like this could be a question of, do we want to leverage Max or do we want to leverage their well-being? And between the two of those, I'm inclined to think that, yeah, going like, don't you care what Max thinks might be a non-starter.
All right, because you're all still around. Because if Maxora had stolen the goods, she'd be out on her wings to cash in. If you'd nabbed it, you wouldn't be getting this whole getting wasted on what I can only guess is industrial solvent. And if your other partner had it, you would have been paid off by now.
He looks into the dregs of his cup and swirls it around.
Got me there. There's someone else involved. Our backer.
I figured you weren't the brains behind all this. Who are they?
Can't tell you. They like their privacy. Can't exactly blame them considering the trouble that rock has caused.
A rock worth several fortunes.
Fortunes aren't worth shit when you're dead. Ain't a lot of us get to come back after we take the fall.
Still, someone has known about the deal. Max is too personally invested to let something like this all go tail up.
You put too much faith in that dame.
In this city, you gotta put your faith in something. I put mine in money, which she's paying me a reasonable amount of.
And if I could get you more than she's paid, a lot more.
What would I do with it? I already have a nice coat. If I help find the rock, I'll have enough to never have to worry about rent ever again. If I don't find it, I at least have enough to get myself a new hat. These things aren't cheap. Besides, I have a rule. No conflicting cases. My assistant would never let me hear the end of it.
He traces some of the spilled liquid over the tabletop with a claw, its surface rainbow-hued in the low light.
And what's your plan? Start turning over rocks until you find a red one?
Better than that, you get me a meeting with whomever is backing the scavenger hunt. There's too many questions, and I need a few of them answered.
I'll try. Can't promise they'll talk to you.
Tell them if they want their shiny pebble, they will talk to me. The longer they wait, the harder it'll be to get the thing back.
You write down your office address on a stained napkin.
When you arrange a time, here's my address. Business hours only, please.
Lore skewers the napkin onto a leg spine and finishes his drink.
Thanks for the drink, detective.
And thanks for the chat, Lore. You've been charming as always. I'll see you when I see you.
On the way out, you tip your hat to Rax and head back to the office. Hopefully Alex hasn't headed home yet. Got a lot to catch him up on. Kaiju Noir, Chapter 4.
So now we have 2 cases? What the hell were you thinking? Find a lump of rock that might not even exist, and track down someone without even a name or appearance to go off of. This is why I don't let you go out to bars anymore. You always come back with the worst cases.
Kind of impressive since I don't even drink, right? Don't blame me. For some reason, Kaiju keep telling me their problems, expecting me to solve them. You'd think I was a private detective or something.
What happened this week, Carrie? Everything was so quiet. How did we end up in a mystery novel?
Karmic build-up. Maybe the universe just decided to start throwing rocks. At least one of the rocks is worth a great big pile of cash.
Speaking of cash, why didn't you ask for payment on Rax's case? He's good for it.
You look at Alex over your tea.
You and I have been in similar situations. I remember how shit things got when you came out, and I didn't fare much better. I couldn't stick a price tag on this kid getting a little happiness back after all he's been through.
He looks down into his mug. It bubbles back at him.
Fair. Not like we need the money right now.
Right. We can afford to do a little bit of pro bono for a barkeep in need.
The pair of you drink in silence for a while.
So what the heck do we do? We haven't got any leads on either case.
Pulling the pendant from your coat, you hand it over. Alex puts down his mug and examines it closely. This is the only lead Rax has? You nod.
No clue what it could mean. Probably just some family thing.
Alex holds the stone closer to each eye in turn.
It takes a while. There are 4.
I've seen this somewhere. This pattern here.
He holds out the stone and indicates to a pattern of swirls that on close examination look like eyes curled in on themselves.
Seriously? Can you remember where?
Pausing to look at it again, he shakes his head. No, it was brief. Only for a moment.
Try to remember. I don't care if it was graffiti on the side of a building or something you saw in a movie. Anything will help right now.
And the other case?
We wait for a message from Law. I can't meet the bankroller if we don't know all the actors in this little stage play. I don't like being left out cold in the middle of a case, even if I'm bundled up in cash.
What if he doesn't call?
Then we go door to door asking if anyone has seen a giant ruby in their basement.
If you had a giant ruby in your basement, would you own up if someone came looking?
I didn't say it was a good plan, but it's better than sitting on my tail waiting for the idol to knock on the front door.
The front door shakes under a tremendous knocking.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Quick, say something about us getting $1 million.
It's not like someone is knocking at the door waiting to give us $1 million.
The thumping repeats, louder. Alex opens the door and Detective Inspector Carla Zora walks in.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't look happy, nor does she carry anything resembling either a statue or a large amount of money.
Oh. Detective Inspector Carla Zora. You're looking positively brutalist tonight.
She fixes you with the practiced scowl you've come to know and love.
Ooh, you're roboting for me just a touch.
Oh no. Let me take a quick look at... Looks like my ping jumped a little bit. It's better now?
You should be fine now. It was only just for maybe the last 30 to 40 seconds, so it's not been like an extended
30 to 40 seconds? Oh, dang.
It's one of those things being like, oh, it's a little blip and it'll go, but it stuck around for a little bit, so I was like, let me highlight it just in case. But you seem to sound fine now.
Let me know as soon as it happens again. I'll switch the server.
Gotcha. What does Carla sound like? I see you're still pretending to smoke those human cigarettes, Kai. You aren't fooling anyone, you know. I think it makes me look dashing. And to what do we owe the pleasure of your company? This, isn't a social call. Is it ever? That time in the red light district. I was investigating for a divorce hearing. You served me with a cease and desist notice. And that wasn't fun and social. I had to go to the courthouse to get it lifted. That was not fun.
Alex stands in the corner, grinning widely.
So, what's the buzz? Come to grill you for walking on the wrong side of the footpath? Do you know someone called Laura Thrack?
You get a sinking feeling, pits of your stomachs.
Can you describe him? Short, spiky, reeks of industrial waste. I might know him. Why? Because he was found dead an hour ago. The boys just dragged him out of the lake.
Shit.
And you've come to interrogate me about it because... Because he was holding an envelope with your name on it. Some of us in the force consider that sort of thing to be a little suspicious. You cops think everything is suspicious. If you saw someone who wasn't a cop eating a donut, you'd start questioning them about where they got it. May I have the note? It's evidence. Are you going to tell me what case you're working on? Which one? I'm on a couple right now, he says, inspecting his nails. Oh, their nails, rather. The one involving the stiff on its way to the morgue. Professional confidentiality, I'm afraid. I saw Law at the last gulp yesterday, and he was fine as far as I could tell. On his way to getting drunk or drunker, but very much alive. Anyone able to corroborate that? Rax down at the gulp. He and I were talking about a separate case, missing Kaiju. Why didn't he come down to the station if it's just a missing Kaiju? He's a sensitive kind of missing Kaiju case. I'd rather not draw you a picture, Detective.
The pair of you stare at each other for a long minute in silence. Carlazora breaks first and hands you a still damp envelope, the seal already torn.
Don't you know it's illegal to tamper with the post? We don't have a postal system, Kari, and this is evidence.
The paper inside the envelope is mostly dry. On it, you can read a scrawled address in an upmarket district and a time later tonight.
Gonna tell me about that? It's cryptic, even for you.
You hand the letter to Alex.
A contact on another case. Nothing special. Nothing special. Someone we just had to fish out of the wharf has a letter addressed to you, clutched in their fist, and it wasn't anything special. One of those weird coincidences. What can I tell you?
Oh, Big Claw.
Oh, Jesus. Any suspects? What if a pangolin was in a fighting game? Do you have any suspects? Aside from me, of course.
Carlazora sags slightly against the doorway.
Aside from you, the only kaiju who's had recent contact with the deceased is Raxalong at the last gulp. Our stiff was a loner. No known associates or contacts aside from you and Rax. Bit of a mystery, as they sound like the type who'd have come to our attention. And that's not the kind of attack you see from an unpaid bar tab. He was found in the lake with his throat slashed. Still had cash on him, and no one had touched his jewelry.
Fuck, what a way to go.
I've seen worse. Usually murders have more of a point now. This wasn't a mugging. It was too sloppy to be a professional hit, but precise enough to know how to kill a kaiju properly, considering. Anyway, if you can't help me...
She leaves the sentence hanging and glares intently at you.
Then I need to get back to the office and write up my report. Unexplained kaiju side isn't exactly rare, but it still doesn't look good for the department. We should go get that drink together one of these days, Carla. I'd like that, Kari. Maybe when we both learn to relax enough to leave our work behind. That, could take a while. Stranger things have happened. That time we were working on the double kidnapping case that was just a cover for the mayor's children running away, for example. Don't remind me. I still get nightmares about that mess. They never did find all the bits.
Huh.
I was about to say, like, oh, okay, oh, right, okay. I was like, the kids died? Fuck. We got the kids back safe, though. Just don't do anything foolish, Kari. Alex, please stop them from getting themselves killed.
Can't promise anything. You know how they can be. Look after yourself, Detective Inspector. She walks out, slamming the door behind her in a way that is uniquely Carla. Your cup nearly rattles off the desk. I believe you two used to date.
I saw that coming. Also, the energy, like the piano work across this has been intentionally but slightly discordant. Wild for there to be a track where it's like, no, we're just leaning in. It is just.
Yeah, I wish there was more variety to the music, but it is establishing an atmosphere.
It's definitely tone specific. That was a long time ago, before she became a cop. I'm not going to say that was my worst breakup, but it was definitely the loudest.
Do you regret it?
All we had? Not at all. She was my first ace relationship, and it was what I needed and it was what I needed in my life at the time. Huh. And she signed up to be a thug for the city, and that sort of kills the whole romantic mood.
You're a weird monster.
True, but I'm a weird monster with a lead.
And a dead contact. Oh, and you're the key suspect in the murder of that contact.
No doubt. Carla is polite, but she's not clueless. I have to keep my eye out for tails when I head out. No, I'm not happy Law's dead. He was an asshole, but that doesn't mean he deserves to end up in the lake.
Who do you think killed him?
Whoever doesn't want us to find that rock.
What do we do about it?
Simple. We find the rock that they don't want us to find.
How are you planning on doing that if it's so simple?
By following the money, my dear Alex. We follow the money. And I'm not
getting killed in the process of following it, I hope.
That's the idea. Keeping my paws crossed that I don't end up going for a swim myself.
What about Rax's case? The missing sister?
What about it? We can't just show off that pendant to every kaiju in this city and hoping to get a response.
Yeah, you did that with your attorney's badge and you're disbarred.
Ha! Either Rax gives us more to work with, or you remember where you've seen that design. Or we randomly bump into someone on the street holding a "looking for my brother" sign.
None of those sound hopeful. I'll make a sketch of the design. Maybe it'll help me remember. Then you can take it back.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate the help.
And I appreciate the new office furniture. Speaking of which, my new chair is getting delivered tomorrow.
I can't wait to see it. I bet it'll be glorious.
Just something more appropriate for me to park my scales.
You deserve it.
He waves you away. You best get moving. The note says you need to be over on the other side of the city in an hour. Stay safe out there, Carrie. I mean it. Whoever knocked off Lore means business.
I'll keep my eyes open and stay away from open bodies of water. You just make sure the lights stay on.
I'll do my best.
You always do.
It's late evening in the Undercity, and the crystals that illuminate the city, charged by thermal radiation of the outside world, are already beginning to dim. Only the central stones, locally known as Zilla's balls, maintain their pale glow their pale blue glow throughout the night, lengthening shadows and casting most of the city into gloom.
Mm-hmm.
The central hub of the city, where the most affluent kaiju build their mansions of stone, get the best of the light. Compared to the dingy district where you'd set up your office, compared to the dingy district where you'd set up your office, it was almost like walking under the sun itself. Or so you imagine.
Ah, that's supposed to be... Yeah, that's a you had, not a you would, a you'd. Even the light we get is secondhand. Hard to imagine living somewhere that's not always in shadow.
The note from Lore directs you to the front gate of a practically discreet house on one of the gaudiest streets you've ever seen. While the other houses flaunted wealth, mimicking ostentatious human styles scaled up to kaiju sizes, this one is a simple box of stone. Minecraft house. Still big though. Upscaled living for a kaiju who keeps a tight claw on their money. You pull the heavy chain beside the gate. Minutes pass until a voice, croaky and uncaring, echoes out through a speaking tube.
Yeah, go for it.
No soliciting, proselytizing, or political campaigning. Whatever it is you're selling, I don't want any. You lean in close to the tube and clear your throat.
I'm not selling anything. I was told to come by here I was told to come here by the late Lorathak about a business matter.
The response takes another minute to return. The late Lorathak?
You didn't hear? There was an unfortunate incident, and regrettably Lore is no longer with us.
Another long pause. You bet. The gate buzzes and opens with a heavy click. You straighten your hat, put on your most deadpan expression, and head through the gate towards the Stark mansion. The door is opened by an older kaiju in a smart bow tie and a grim expression. You would be the detective Lore spoke of, correct?
Serving, damn.
Yeah, right? I cannot believe a bow tie is working on a kaiju, and yet here we are.
And it's collarless as well, right? It's just attached to man's neck. Just if I'm not, then I need to take the name off my office door.
They narrow their eyes, clearly not impressed.
Yes, I am the detective. Karibara is my full name.
My name is Andron. You may call me Zen.
Is that your real name?
No, but it'll do for the time being. You're quick off the mark with your questions, detective.
And if I don't keep asking questions, I'm afraid I might explode with curiosity.
Dangerous habit in this city.
These kind of feel like relatively similar questions to each other, though.
I think the first one is taking a more aggressive tack. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind pressing this guy. What's this fancy man doing in Fancy Town, knowing a dirtbag like Lore?
Okay, so you want to play hardball?
Yeah, I'll play hardball. It's only dangerous if you have something to hide.
We all have something to hide, detective. Even you, I don't doubt.
I only hide other kaiju secrets. It's easier that way.
You good at keeping secrets?
As good as the next monster.
Xander leads you to a drawing room. Old furniture and low lighting.
This is a pretty big place. You don't have any help?
Gesturing for you to sit down, Xander lowers themselves onto a chair, tentacles wrapping into time-worn grooves in the stone.
But help is hard to find, Detective. Besides, I don't need much to keep this little home of mine ticking along.
Little? This room is bigger than my whole office. I get lost trying to find the bathroom. But I didn't come here to compare domestic arrangements.
No, of course. Poor Lore, rest his hide, said you wish to discuss a delicate matter.
I must say, you don't seem particularly shaken by his loss.
After your first few centuries, you start to learn how fragile life is. None of us last forever. We'll miss him, though. Would you at least do me the courtesy of telling me how he met his end?
I only learned it about an hour ago. It was found in the lake with a slit throat.
It was not so delicate put, Detective.
You didn't ask for delicate, Xander.
No, I didn't, did I? Loa's my friend for the last 100 years or so. I wish we could have met a nicer end.
There are definitely better ways to go.
That is an undeniable truth.
The police don't have any leads. No surprises there. Do you have any idea who could have done it?
Someone with a grudge. Old ones know he made enough enemies in life.
A coincidence you should mention the old ones. You know, of course, why you arranged this meeting.
A stone, yes. An object of immense value and importance, steeped in mystery, stained with the deaths of many.
And something you would quite like to get your tentacles on.
No, indeed, Detective. You have no idea how much I covet that idol. The monetary value alone makes it an object of true desire. The intrigue it's cloaked in only makes me want it more.
And it was Law's job to get it for you.
Xander lets out a ragged laugh. Not quite. Law was far from the diplomatic sort, and wouldn't have been able to obtain it by himself. He was a surprisingly good tracker, though, once he had the scent. I had given him the job of locating the idol and acquiring the services to get it into the city.
Which is where my case aligns with your quest. And then what happened?
I wish I knew, Detective. I provided a significant sum of money to fund him. Next thing he tells me, the artifact is gone along with the hired importer. If it weren't for the fact I've spent most of my considerable life trying to obtain the statue, I would have written it off as a loss. Maybe I'm just a victim of sunk cost fallacy. Can't bear the thought of giving up the chase this late in the game.
So I'm guessing you'd be quite interested in getting your tentacles on the rock.
More than you could possibly imagine, Detective. There are few things in life I desire as much as the idol.
Then it's lucky for you I'm on the case to find it.
You were the professional that Law hired for the job?
I'm afraid it's rather more complicated than that.
You fill Xander in on the case so far, leaving out the drugging in the hotel and the missing Maxora. So you'd be what exactly? A subcontractor here to clean up the mess?
Something like that. You want the rock, I want to get paid, and Maxora wants to clear her name.
And Law died not long after you took on the case. Does look highly suspicious.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look good for me, especially when the police turn up on my doorstep with a blood-stained envelope with my name on it. Which is why it doesn't feel like this was just some random kaiju side. In this job, you learn not to trust coincidences.
You may have a point, Detective. Do you want to know what history has to say about the idol?
I have a feeling you're going to tell me whether I say yes or no. Maxora said it was something about Maxora said it was something about whomever has the rock gets to rule. Something like that.
In effect, although the history is mostly oral and pictograms, enough of it has survived to tell the story. And in the final days of our kind, a stone of blood shall hold the key to our survival. Guard it well, and the power within shall lead us into the future.
Do you believe it? And do you believe all that, Xander? A magic stone of power waiting for someone to grab it?
What I believe is immaterial, child. I've devoted a significant portion of my life to acquiring it. That is all you need to know. In this world, if you've fought for something this long, you don't simply stop wanting it because it's a challenge. You want it more.
So the question is, who else knows? Maxora says the only kaiju she told was her contact who was delivering the idol, and they mysteriously died too. Laura assured me that he only went through Maxora. How he met her, I don't know, so that's another dead end. No pun intended.
That was poor taste, Detective.
That means that one of you three spilled their guts.
If you're making these morbid puns intentionally, they are not appreciated.
Sorry. So, someone knew about the trade-off when the idol was to cross the gates, and they knew that Law was the go-between for the three of you. Who else knows? One of you isn't telling me the whole story, and now I've got one less kaiju to interrogate.
What makes you so sure it's not this Maxora giving you the runaround?
Because she's scared shitless right now. Pardon my language. She thought Law was coming after her when the deal went south, and I don't blame her. So tell me, Xander, who else knows? Who wants the Crimson Old One and is prepared to kill for it? I don't like seeing folks end up in the lake, even if they have been impolite to me.
The room is silent, except for crackling fire in the hearth. This isn't the first time I've gone after the idol.
You've been after it a long time, you said.
Correct. And in that time, I've dealt with some rather unscrupulous creatures. Ones who I thought I'd parted ways with many years.
Ooh, you've started to robot again a little bit.
Okay, I will switch the server. Yes, I see. My ping hunging.
It's being rude. I will say, I am unfortunately, circumstances being what they have been for me today, flagging a little. I'm kind of waiting until we get to the end of chapter, and then I think we may have to call this a stream. I am unfortunately eepy. But it feels like we're concluding the narrative.
Yeah, no, I think that is totally fine. So did you just check? You said you were going to get to the end of this
Yeah,
part?
I want to get to the end of the chapter because stopping it midway through will just be confusing. So,
cool.
Onesie might have wanted the statue as much as you.
Detective, let me be direct. No one wants that statue more than I. But yes, there are those who covet the prize also, be it out of greed or spite.
Did they know Law was involved?
Probably. Law was my friend. That was known to a few kaiju. Maybe my only friend. He was around for several of my attempts to retrieve the idol. You tap your claws on the arm of the chair.
Who's left, Xander? Now, of all the bastards you've worked with before, which of them are still alive and would kill for some magic rock? Who wants it bad enough?
The hunched figure sits nearly motionless in the chair, staring into the fireplace. Eventually, they look up, their face contorted in frustration. Oni Kogo.
Who?
Onikogo, an old associate of mine. There with me when I first went after the idol, back when I didn't have two rocks to rub together. She and I never quite saw eye to eye about the methods that were acceptable to get hold of the old one. As such, our relationship soured somewhat.
You mean she would have killed to get it?
The very least, Detective. Onikogo comes from a position of some great privilege. As such, she doesn't put much of a value on those she sees as inferior.
Unlike you. I mean, look at this place.
You gesture around at the huge house and lavish furnishings. My current financial situation is not a point of debate here, Detective. Did I skip? No, I did not. Okay, that one just took an extra button press for some reason. Xander's voice drops into the drawl of the street, although from several centuries past. But I'll have you know I clawed myself up from the gutter to get here. And while you're a guest in this house, you'd best not make assumptions.
Ooh, good switch up with that direction in the scripting there. I like that.
Thank you. Straightening up, Xander returned to their calm demeanor.
My apologies. I let my tongue get the better of me sometimes. So, this Onikogo, they are still around?
Oh, undoubtedly. Money has a habit of keeping rotten fruit on the vine.
Do you know where I can find her? I might have to go pay her a little social call.
I wouldn't advise that, Detective.
Why is that? Don't think I'd fit into high society.
Honestly, no. I also don't think it'd be good for your health.
You think Onikogo would kill me for asking where the rock is?
Of course not. Onikogo isn't the type to get her hands dirty.
Okay then.
I think she would have someone else kill you. Quickly and quietly. In a way much like our departed colleague Lore.
That kind of character, huh?
Most definitely. Onikogo wouldn't have touched anyone to do with this endeavor, but she has her claws curled tightly around many of the city's strings. If you decide to pursue this fool's errand, I won't stop you. I want that idol, and Onikogo most likely has it secreted in her hoard. But if she does have it, you're highly unlikely to get your paws on it without great personal risk.
I've got a job to do. I'm on this case, Xander. I can't just abandon it because it's dangerous. If I quit now, not only I'd be letting Maxora and yourself down, but myself too.
You put yourself in harm's way on principle.
It wouldn't be the first time. Hopefully it won't be the last.
Xander stands and you follow suit. They extend a tentacle and you shake it. You're a braver monster than I. Whether you choose to go after the idol or not, please tell Maxora that she's in no danger from me. I consider the debt moot, considering the circumstances. They reach down into a small box by the chair, flip the cards inside, and pull out a rather old and ornately decorated card. Onikogo's address. There within the city limits, this is where she will be, along with my personal seal. You take the card and slip it into your pocket. Gold leaf flakes off under your claws.
Thank you for your time, Xander. I appreciate you meeting me under these conditions. And I am sorry about what happened to your friend. If you hear from me again, I'll be returning for my cut of the sale.
If I don't hear from you?
Then throw a flower into the lake for me. Because that's probably... Reading, then throw a flower into the lake for me. Because that's probably where I'll be sleeping.
Morbid. You'd make a good writer.
I tried writing once, I just couldn't find the words. Mm.
And that's where we're gonna stop.
Oh. No. I wonder if this is. I wonder if this is the kind of thing to have an action scene.
Yeah, I've also been wondering, or even to have like a bad end fail state.
Because we've been thinking about our answers. I know that we've had at least one answer. I think when it was like asking about. I was asking the police officer about witnesses and evidence, and we asked about, I think, evidence and got both of those answers back. So some of them are definitely branching without a flag, but some of them might be branching with a flag and have just been very, very quiet about it, which is interesting. What are your, tell me your thoughts. What did you find?
Yeah. No, I'm enjoying this so far. I think it would have been nice if it had like an extra little passive editing in terms of, getting just proofreading stuff of a lot more commas. I would sandblast this thing with commas.
Yeah.
And I think it was maybe a little heavy on narration at the top, but I'm genuinely interested in where the story's going. I appreciate the fact that it is, while it is somewhat tropey, it does feel like this. It feels like it has its own ideas, and I think the characters have enough of their own voice that it's, I've been having a good time, and I am quite curious to see where it goes. I think I also would have enjoyed more variety in the background music, and it not just all being kind of like ambient discord.
Yeah,
but the character designs have been great. They've been quite a lot of fun to see.
During the period of time that we've been that we were playing Monster of the Week, and my feelings on a lot of those being like, I don't know whether I love the game a lot, but I would be interested in like just seeing what other monsters this is like capable of, what have you. I am also similarly invested in that kind of way, where I'm like, what other kaiju designs are coming up? What other kaiju designs are they cooking? And I definitely want to see what Onikogo looks like. There was definitely an energy of the fact that they're not to be fucked with. And now that we've established that, she won't kill you. She just has a bunch of goons that will do it quickly and quietly. And I'm like, so she looks like Diva Skez from Phoenix Wright then. I see, I understand.
I also I get the feeling that there may be 2 more chapters left. Like I'm guessing the next chapter is going to be the climax, and then we might have a chapter wind down. The full resolution.
I'm down to conclude this next time we play.
Yeah, me too. Cool. I'm glad we're on the same page with that. And if that is off the assumption that is going to be a bit too brief for, it to be the whole thing.
We can have a queue up for a second, for sure.
I do have, as the pairing that I prepared for this before, the demo for Dragon Detective.
Sure. Well, we can firmly mark this one in hot pursuit using our little ranking system. We are to go and return to the world of Kaiju Noir. It's so interesting about the there's the music choices actually that are sticking with me in addition to like the character design stuff. I was so caught off guard, I would say, by the dive bar, where it was like, it's one thing for like a visual novel writer or like a self-published fiction writer being like, the bar was grimy, the bartender spat into the drink. Everybody here is really hostile, but I was actually impressed with how much there was obviously in narrative descriptions that were well done, of like suggesting how kind of like unpleasant but comfortable this space was. And then just the aggressive synth grinding that kind of came alongside of it is like, oh,
Yeah.
this place is a shithole. Okay, I get it. It was very effective. I quite like that. Guitar Bard, I'm assuming.
That's right. It was Luis Abadias that I wanted to be looking up to. Check out the.
Oh, there's
Okay,
actually like a hyperlinked on your end.
Yes, and they do have a Patreon.
Wow. Yeah, go post that in chat so people can go find them.
Yeah, will do. Okay, this seems like it is hard for me to tell how much of this is check out some cool monsters and
how much of this is potentially checking out Monster Dick. Sure.
But hey, you're not going to see anything NSFW without paying the money. So.
Oh, sure. By the yeah, all of these Monster Husband collection of around 15 images, all blurred. I understand.
To have an extra monster man.
I want to be a monster man. Monster man.
He did the monster man.
He definitely did the Monster Man. Funnily enough, in like the comments on the itch page, actually I'll link the itch page as well for people who want to go and play the game themselves, because I did that in the actual like Blue Sky post. It's here.
Good call. I should have thought to do that.
Some of them have been like, we don't know jack about fuck about this game and so on and so forth. Do I want to link it? But it was like, well, looking at this page, it definitely seems complete and isn't like, it doesn't feel like it's going to be we opened the door. Everybody gasped in surprise. So it's like, I'll link this. That seems reasonable. But yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think it's very funny that all of the comments for this game that I've seen are either, it's like 80%, it's so good, sequel when? Which seeing that, I was like, okay, good, the game has been finished.
It's finished, it's good,
I can't wait for chapter 2. And 20% people going,
they should have fucked.
Oh man, do you think they'd ever be able to have them in some adult situations? Maybe that would be good bonus content. I want to smell them.
Hey, you know, this is a game that knows its audience. I think a thing that I have appreciated off the handful of I never really it was a thing beforehand, before we did like cold cases, where I'm like, yes, there are definitely furry visual novels that exist as a genre of video game. This adapts itself for like character drama where we get to see character designs in high detail, so of course there are going to be that, but we've intentionally or unintentionally kind of run across the gamut of that kind of like, oh, this is just a game where everybody's got a furry design, but it's not actually really the point of anything. Everybody just happens to be an animal person, to like this game especially being kind of like, this game isn't about the animals fucking or the kaijus fucking, but you're gonna think about it.
It is like, this is not the base of the dish, but it's a key ingredient nevertheless. And you know, I actually would say the monsters being hot does, I think, like synergize with the noir energy.
Oh, absolutely. The rich older man who has zero waistwear, tiny, and his little bow tie being kind of like, yeah, we wanted a slutty old man in our game, who's also the like child of perfect chaos and a kraken.
Briefly thought you said a cracker. And I was like, listen, it's monochrome.
Who's to
there's only so
say?
much they
I'm
can
not
work
going to
with.
ascribe race to these characters. But no, I was going to say, like, in this, like, the styled attractiveness of the designer's opinion or comport at the very least feels just like, yeah, it's a layer on top undiscussed. And I quite like that, in the same way that it's nice when there are video games or narratives or whatever where characters are just like openly queer and you can read, it's not like subtext, it's just like, oh, this person's gay, oh, this person's trans, oh, this person's like married, and so on and so forth. And it's got nothing to do with the narrative, it's just there as part of the setting furniture. And this game does it too. It was quite interesting seeing Karu talk about, oh, it's my first ace relationship, which I really needed. And I'm like, oh, are they ace? Is the cop ace? Interesting. The dynamics of either aromantic or asexual relationships are still very possible, but its own thing to kind of navigate emotionally, if not physically, for both people involved. And I don't think I've ever actually seen a piece of media discuss that. Definitely this character is ace, but not necessarily about the relationships that they would have with other people. And that kind of stuff is really nice. I do like that about this game as well. They did describe the game as monstrously queer positivity. And I was like, oh, it's going to be a cozy game. And it's not. I'm glad to be surprised there. I'm glad that there are like stakes and people are getting fucked up.
Okay, well, shall we pass on the love?
Yeah.
move
Let's
on
go
to a
do
bold
that.
future?
Let's go do that. Let me go and do the doobly doo and see who's available to be raided.
Love to see a doobly doo being done, honestly.
Just every day. Since we're starting a little earlier, Toys is up and going.
Yeah.
Playing Braid. Okay.
Wow, okay. The year is 2006.
Indie Game of the Movie is
more like 2016, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Let's go and I think well, Toys is specifically a retro gamer, right? And I guess it counts. I guess it counts.
Retro now. Pikmin death noise.
All right, we're gonna go get that raid going. I have been your androgynous android late night DJ caster.
I have been your amazing agender avian co-host, Ravi the Owl.
This has been the Noir Caster Twitch channel, and next time, more Kaiju Noir. But until then, have a fantastic weekend. Farewell.
Hooty hoo.